Hi BookTube, it's Elizabeth from southernsagittarius.com. Today I am here with my September TBR. Yes, I know half of the month is already gone, but this video is one of those things that are better late than never. I usually don't do TBR videos just because I kind of like to read as read by mood. I guess I'm a read by mood reader. I like to check out a bunch of books from the library, buy a bunch of books, and then just have a nice pile of books to pick from and read like that. But I decided for these last few months of 2017, I am going to be doing TBRs just because I have a lot of review and ARC books that I need to get to, and I feel like doing a TBR and kind of planning out what I need to read each month and even down to each week will just help me get those books read and go ahead and get my reviews and all of that stuff knocked out. So without further ado, let's get into all of the books I plan or I am aiming to read this month. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know this is a very ambitious September TBR, but let's get started. So the first book I'm planning on reading this month is Zinnia and the Bees by Danielle Davis. I was sent this book by the author. It is a book about a girl named Zinnia. She and her brother yarn bomb her school. She ends up getting in trouble and getting detention, only to then go home and find out her brother has packed up his stuff and has pretty much just flown the coop. So she's worrying about that, and then as if things aren't already not going on a smooth road, she ends up having a hive of bees move into her hair, and this cover is just gorgeous. So this book is told both from Zinnia's point of view as well as from the hive of bees point of view, which totally reminds me of that cartoon movie about the bees. So I can't wait to get into that one. And then I am also going to be reading the Hazel Wood. I have already started it. It's by Melissa Albert. It comes out January of 2018. It's a book about a 17-year-old girl named Alice. Her grandmother was a dark fairy tale writer, but she never got to meet her grandmother. She never got to visit her grandmother at her estate, the Hazel Wood. And then one day her mom gets a letter saying that her grandmother has passed, and all of these years they've kind of had bad luck. So I guess her grandmother passing was supposed to break their bad luck streak, but she wants to kind of go to the Hazelwood herself and try and figure out what the whole deal was, why she never got to meet her grandmother and all of that stuff. So I cannot wait to finish this up. Like, it is so good, you guys. I am reading Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. This will be my first book by Leigh Bardugo. I have seen so many great reviews about her other books and everybody raves about her writing. So I am glad to finally be getting a chance to check it out. Plus, I love Wonder Woman, the new movie, the older movies, just amazing. So I can't wait to get into this. I was also sent Meet McKenzie Madison, McKenzie's New School Blues by Chauncey Sitchins. It's a book, of course, about a girl. She ends up transferring to a new school, and we all know, like, if you've ever been the new kid in school or the new kid in class, it sucks. Like, you have to make new friends. You kind of have to find out where you fit in and all of that stuff that kids just really aren't trying to have any parts of when they're young. So I am super excited to read this one, especially since it is written by a Black author and it is about a Black girl. So I can't wait to get into this one. I'll be reading it alone as well as rereading it with my daughter. Then from the children's section, I picked up The Red Riding Hood. This is a You Choose Your Own Adventure book. This book is written by Eric Braun. So again, it's an interactive fairy tale. At the end of each chapter, you kind of choose your next adventure and where you want to go to next. And there are some other ones he's written. He's done one for Cinderella, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Jack and the Beanstalk, and I cannot wait to read those as well. This month, I'm going to be reading Zoe and Sassafras, Dragons and Marshmallows. This book is by Asia Citro, and it is about a girl named Zoe, and she discovers a glowing photo, and then she's going to get to help a sick baby dragon with her cute little cat Sassafras. And I am so excited for this book because this book, again, is about a Black girl and she loves science. Like, how many books do we have out there featuring a person of color who loves science, and that is for children? Like, my daughter loves STEM and all of that stuff, so I am so excited to be reading this book with her. I'm going to be reading All the Wind in the World by Samantha Mabry. This book is kind of like a dark romance, kind of thrillery, so I can't wait to get into this because this is right down my alley. Plus, you guys, look at that cover. It is so amazing. So I can't wait to get into it. This book comes out next month. I'm also going to be reading Girls Made of Snow and Glass. Yes, I know this one has come out this month, so I'm going to go ahead and scoop my booch on reading this so I can go ahead and get my review up. But pretty much this is kind of like a Snow White and the Huntsman-ish retelling. I go into more detail on my It's the Arc book haul video, which will be linked up above in the cards as well as down below in the description. Then I finally got my hands on Geekerella. Oh my gosh. And this book is by Ashley Poston. Again, this book has been everywhere on BookTube. There are 1,000,001 reviews on it. They are all pretty much raving reviews, so I cannot wait to get into this. This is a Cinderella retelling, which I'm really excited about because I love, love, love fairy tales and fairy tale retellings, and I can't wait to finally get into this one. Also, I picked up Dating You, Hating You by my favorite writing duo, Christina Lauren. I have read all of their other books except for, what is it, Autobiograph. I have to get that one. So I'm super excited to be reading this one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to just speed through this one and read it in a day because I usually read all of their books in a day. Earlier this month, I picked up Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I read her book Salt to the Sea for Book Buddy-a-thon, and it was amazing. That book just, it had me in tears. It was a book about World War II, and this one is too. I didn't realize that I should have read this book first and then read Salt to the Sea, but either way, this book was just as amazing. Like, I love how Ruta Sepetys really gets into these characters and really kind of make you feel as if you are there with them, going through everything that they are going through during World War II in these prison concentration camps. Like, this book, by the end, like, I cried so hard. Like, oh, my eyes were puffy and everything the next morning. This book is so amazing. So I have already finished this one, and it's good, you guys. That's all I can say about it. If you haven't read Between Shades of Grey or Salt to the Sea, definitely pick them up. And I know I have talked about this book before. It is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. If you don't know what this book is about, you have been living under a rock. It is everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And there is a movie coming out, and they just started filming this movie this week. I checked this book out before I moved, and I was halfway through with it. So I picked it up again so that I can go ahead and finish it up. Then I got a copy of Godspace by Carrie Wyatt Kent. It is about embracing the inconvenient adventure of intimacy with God. I got this book from Faith Words, which is a division of Hatchet Book Group. And as it says, it's a book about finding space for God and just building an intimate relationship with God, you know, because we're always so busy and all of that stuff that sometimes we do forget to carve out a little niche for our faith, whether it's God or, you know, whatever your religion is. We all need to make an effort to kind of carve out some time to just develop an intimate relationship with whoever we serve or worship. Just to kind of keep us balanced and keep us level, and also just to keep us as being, you know, good people. I'm going to be finishing up Shadow Man by Alan Drew this month. This is a book about a cop who moved from, Compton, and he moves back to his small town with his wife and his daughter as an effort to save their relationship, and also just to have someplace safe for his daughter to grow up. obviously that doesn't work out because when we start the story he's divorced and all of that stuff, and that's not a spoiler. But anyway, a serial killer shows up in their small quaint town. So he goes from just being a cop who pretty much sits at the desk twiddles his thumb for a paycheck to having to hunt down this killer because, again, they live in a small town and his ex-wife and his daughter is there. So it's like there's only so many people this serial killer can kill, and his ex-wife and his daughter could very well be the next target. So I can't wait to finish this book up. It's really good. And I am going to be finishing up Heir of Fire from Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series. I am pretty much at the very end of this book. I was reading this book before our move, and I had to turn it back into my old library. So it finally became available at my new library, and I have it. So I cannot wait to finish this up so I can move on to the next book, because the latest book in this series, Kale's novel, came out and I am dying to read it, you guys. So I'm ordering this series for myself for Christmas because my home library will be finished by then. So I'm super excited about that, because then I can order a lot of the books that I check out from the library and have them to read at home anytime that I want. Like, it's been such a struggle not being able to buy books because I don't have anywhere to put them. As I mentioned in previous videos, my last bookshelves that I brought, they broke. Like, I put too many books on them and they broke. So this time around I'm having some shelves kind of custom built into the wall. So hopefully that will be much sturdier. I won't have to worry about a chunk of my wall or anything falling, I hope. But I'm super excited about that. And these are all of the books I'm going to be reading for the month of September. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.